So we're just ringing this juvenile pullus herring gull. So we'll put a BTO metal ring on the bird. So each ring has an individual number. So this bird is GY20521.
Correct.
So if somebody was to find this bird with the ring, they can send it to the address that's on the ring, and then they'll receive the details back of where the bird was ringed, obviously here in this case. With the herring gulls, or all the gulls, we also put a coloured Darvik ring. So this one's going to be Tox. So the benefit of these coloured Darvik rings is that these are much easier to read in the field. So we increase the chances of this bird being resighted by about 200%, just by having this colouring on. So the juvenile ones at the moment, these are flightless, so we literally run around after them and pick them up. They will often hide, they'll stick their head down a rabbit burrow. They think that because they can't see us that we can't see them. So they're relatively easy to pick up and come back. We just hold them in this trailer as a sort of a keeping area whilst we ring them, and then we'll release them all at one go.
Herring gull.
Oh, there's one. Good.
How are you telling if they're a herring gull at this age?
So with
the inner primaries, it has a grey panel, whereas lesser blackback are all black. So these we've seen these oyster catchers here on a couple of occasions, and they've evaded us each time.
So that's a good catch then.
Yeah. So that's probably about still got about 2 weeks before it actually flies. They'll carry on.
Is he smaller than a Aron?
Not really. No, we'll have to leave that one. We can't tell whether they are herring gulls or lesser blackbacks because we've got a mixed colony here. We can't really ring a bird unless we actually know its identity. So unfortunately, herring gulls are having a bit of a crisis at this time. So the Carford Man used to have nearly 2,500 breeding pairs of herring gulls back in the 50s and 60s, and nowadays we're around about 600 pairs, so it's around about 75% decline overall, and we see that across not just herring gulls but the great blackback gull and lesser blackback colonies as well. Unfortunately, we found a young dead great blackback gull, but we, as a matter of course, whenever we find a dead bird, we check it to see if it's got rings on. And I turned this one over, and it did have a metal ring, but also had a colour ring as well. So it's the best bird of the day in that sense that this we know comes from somewhere else. So what I'll do now is go back to the observatory, input the details, send them off to the British Trust for Ornithology, and they will then send me back the details of where this bird was originally ringed. Okay, so we've now ringed each of the gulls, so we're just releasing the young now. There we go, off you go.
And we're just going to release them now.
Yeah.
Just feed it.
That way.
Oh,